This is part 2 of a 4-part series. This is an original creation YouTube production by the username The Wall. Step 2. Conquer and divide the aggressors and their family members and loved ones. Use logic, common sense and wisdom to other fellow free citizens to get them on our side. Police aggressors' homes are all free citizens' ground zero, not once they gather together as a gang of criminals in their staging area. Everyone needs to knock each of theirs door today in advance if their upcoming aggression and ask them with respect where they stand and what are they going to do. Do not only talk with them, but to their spouse, children, parents, cousins, friends, neighbors, etc. If you see them outside watering their lawns, stop and talk. If you see them in the store, stop and talk with them. If you see them walking from their car to their house, stop and talk with them. We need to change these government criminal thugs and their family members and get across to them that freedom means freedom for all people. Not only their family and loved ones, but that of their neighbors. Each of these aggressors, their spouse, children, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, family, friends need to know the truth and be aware of what is going to happen in their town. Each person needs to have explained in depth to them their plans to overthrow our 1776 constitutional rights, and whatever actions they are going to do against any person will also be done against their very own loved ones. So whatever actions they do will also be happening to their very own families as well, and at the same time they are criminals against freedom who are taking action against the mass public so-called criminals. Do these government-paid thugs really think their families will be safe from the system for what they are doing, and are they going to let them walk freely in a freedomless country which they are ordered and trying to change? No. The government plan and goal is to separate these local forces without making them aware or being told what really is going to happen to their loved ones. Since these brainwashed local police and military thugs are not told, they no longer think for themselves, so they do not realize what is really going to happen to their loved ones. Their loved ones will not be safe. So you see, the government thugs, taking lethal action against the criminal free-loving neighbor masses of theirs, have been 100% totally brainwashed and do not use any self-generated common sense about their very own loved ones, nor realize what is going to happen to their spouse, children, parents, while they are defending the criminal government system overthrow from harm and protection for the elite criminal thugs in power over them and giving them orders to harm all free peace-loving citizens of our country. The system is purposely set up that the forces will be out protecting what they are ordered to do, and at that exact same time, their very own loved ones, spouses, children, parents, will all be rounded up at the exact same time, without them knowing or thinking about what is happening to them, by other like-minded complacent forces just like them, just carrying out their order. How can any freedom-loving person kill a fellow unarmed free citizen just because they are ordered to do so? Where are they a threat? The police are the ones who have 99% of the time brought bodily harm and lethal actions and threats into each and every peaceful protest. So who really is the threat? Since the government brainwash system is to only do what their government thugs are ordered to do and not think for themselves or ask any questions. This is how the government brainwash is to follow. 99% of the thugs only follow orders they are given and not think about their actions or how it impacts against their very own families. The government makes them feel that this or that group is the problem. But these aggressors fail to add their very own loved ones in the exact same group they are targeting. Isn't that amazing how deep they get? But thank your government for this brainwashing method that seems to be working. Once these ordered thugs are already in a conflict with peaceful protesters and realize what is happening to their loved ones, it will be too late for them to do anything to protect their loved ones from fellow brainwashed minds who are physically going to do harm to them just because they were ordered to do so. All their family members will also be victims of what they are trying to enforce. But those giving orders to attack and do harm to peaceful freedom citizens and not tell their forces that other thug forces have or are in the process of collecting them will be their reality. So our goal is to communicate with each and let them know their loved ones do not get a free pass for what they are going by rounding up free citizens, like Nazi Germany did. The government plan is to transport them to FEMA camps, aka concentration camps from WW2 Germany. They then will decide who lives and dies. So inform these aggressors' entire family that whatever these forces do to any protesters will directly also happen to their loved ones without their knowledge. Do the paid thugs really think their family will be safe from whatever they are doing to others? No. That's why the military setup will be to deploy their troops away from their local area so they can gather people they never met before, which is easier to do than having to round up your very own loved ones or neighbors. But in reality, they do not know that another set of troops will be going into their area where all their loved ones are and rounding up their families, just like they are doing against others. So it will be too late. So do you see why they need to know whatever they do to anyone will also happen to their loved ones? Each person needs to let all of the force's family members, loved ones, neighbors, parents, etc. what is going to happen. Maybe with getting their wives, children, parents, family, friends, neighbors, talking with their father who is going to go out and do harm to the masses, maybe we can stop them from leaving them alone and at risk. If their children cry and scream and let them know what they are doing is wrong, maybe that will get inside their heads of what they are doing is wrong and unbrainwash them. The community can do many things before this happens, and we need to get their family involved and on our side. Hopefully they will listen and think. So every neighbor needs to go knock on their neighbor's door and explain what is happening. Tell them that helping protect his loved ones, friends and neighbors at home will help their community more than taking action against those only trying to survive. This way, all the good people can more easily gather together in groups, and they can see and get everyone in a common goal for all their safety. But if every single person does this, on every street of every town/city in every state, we can build our network of peaceful ground friends so when the time comes, we already have small groups that are gathering together for the rights and freedom the powerful are trying to take away from us. So this is truly the only ground roots program that can have an impact on our future coming aggression. Wouldn't any paid thug aggressor stop and think if their children come up to you and talk/reason with you? Don't you think they'll think on what their actions are doing? Imagine if Daddy leaves us loved ones all alone when chaos starts. Doesn't Daddy care for us? Should Daddy stay at home and protect his family, or is Daddy going to run off and leave their family open to harm while running off and going to harm other free citizens with a criminal thug gang? So you see, family is the key to have these aggressors think as a father, brother, sister, parent, and not in a harmful troop thug setting like they are once they gather together. Members' families are the key to each of these aggressors' souls and can unlock their brain. Litmus. What is a litmus test? All current government employees who swore an oath were instructed to uphold our country from foreign or domestic criminals. This test has been given to all oath takers to see where they fit in with the current overthrow of our government. It is to find out if the officials will follow the constitutional laws from 1776, as the oath states, or if they will take part of the violent overthrow of the current government to dissolve our human rights and replace it with a new dictatorship rule of law where all citizens do not have any rights anymore. This is what this test is. The vast majority of officials in positions today have become criminals by supporting the current corrupt laws and have proven they are willing to take arms against all free people in favor of overthrowing the 1776 Constitution and replace our laws as a single dictator in Obama. Are you prepared to live as what is in North Korea free people do today? These government officials are in each city and town throughout the U.S., so all citizens need to plan to take action against their neighbors. Remember, your city police officers and mayor in your town are your number one criminal who are against you. Your local police department have been given military-grade weapons to use upon you, your family, children, parents, loved ones, neighbors, etc. No matter where you live, this is your first-line threat, who wishes to follow orders by rounding you up and doing you harm. These are your city's number one priority to remain free. You need to overthrow your town's police and ensure they are on the side of freedom and not of the criminal thugs who are trying to take each person's freedom away. It would be ideal for your community if each and every town and city had an individual who went to their local monthly city/town meeting and asked them where their police department and their policies stand. Each police officer have swore an oath, and most have openly chosen to favor the current criminal act of overthrowing the current government laws to that of a single dictator in Obama. They blatantly said they will do whatever actions against free citizens it takes to keep these corrupt criminals in power in the future. These are the initial enemies of the masses, so they need to plan how to control them so they are no longer a harm to free people. So by talking with them and their families, hopefully they understand that if they take up arms against any person, they are fighting against freedom and supporting the violent overthrow of our freedoms. Those who are still brainwashed need to stop at all costs and prove to each individual that they support arming when ordered. Your loved ones, family, and God will totally understand people had no other option but to do all they could to stop them from their criminal actions against freedom and all people and laws of the United States of America. People seen on TV that the military will step in right away in small town USA, but this is wrong. There is not that many to do this in each small town, so it will be up to all the free will of local people to gain control of their city back to that of the free citizens. So it is vital that all awake citizens find out all the homes of all their local government officials, police officers, including employees, mayor, military, etc. The objective is to stop them using reason at their residence before they have an opportunity to do harm to the masses. They must not be allowed to leave and join in with their fellow Oath followers together as a criminal thug group and take up arms against its free citizens. Since they are siding with the current government, they swore they will use all their military might and use it against each and every one of their neighbors at any cost, including taking the lives of free citizens who only want to remain free. This must not happen.